Hello and welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared. Today we're doing an unboxing of the latest game of Red Raven Games, story and illustrated by Ryan Laukat. So if you're familiar with Near and Far, Above and Below, all of these kinds of games, this also has artwork by Andrew Bosley. This is Nightfall, K-N-I-G-H-T, Nightfall. Just from the cover you can see it looks gorgeous, and I can tell this is going to be really cool. It's a game by T. Alex Davis with illustrations by Ryan Laukat and Andrew Bosley. So I'm really curious to see how this one works and how it plays, but of course we're going to unbox it on camera today and take a look together. I'll read the back and then we'll get right into it. It says, a sinister force invades. Will you attack as a demon or defend as a knight? Includes a story campaign written and designed by Ryan Laukat. Plot your journey and keep notes on a pad of maps. 3 ways to play: team versus team, up to 6 players, cooperative, 1 to 3 players, and story campaign, 1 to 2 players. So there's a lot of variety in how you can get this to the table and play it. Now, I don't think this is a legacy. I believe you can reset any of the story campaigns within. So let's see if we can carefully punch this thing open without any damage. Perfect. We'll take that apart and we'll get right into it. All right. Take the lid off. We have on top first, we have some wooden pieces, colored wooden tokens and what have you, some silicone gel. Looks like a purple, pinkish kind of cylinder round tracker perhaps, and some wooden heart tokens. Very cool. Nice little wooden pieces here. And then over here, this smaller bag, we've got a little crystal piece, little wooden painted crystal. We have another cylindrical, token for tracking something, and then 3, gray ones that look maybe like stones or something like that. So just a few small pieces here, and let's put this aside. Inside here, we've got a bunch of the plastic standees, which means we're going to have a lot of cardboard to punch out and stick on these tokens so that, you can stand them all around the table, and little standees. So quite a bit here to assemble later on. And I'll just keep these in the bag for now so they don't get lost. We've got a couple plastic baggies for sorting of things. And then we have some plastic, I would say like stat tracker type of things. These are kind of probably go on some of the different characters. You can see it's kind of like the ones found in Zombicide or Betrayal, where you slide it into something and it's got, like the little arrows pointing at stuff. So it's very cool. Nice plastic, kind of a translucent orange color. Then we have on top a very thick rule book and or scenario book, or both. So as we can see here in the back, we can see the campaign, we can see the storybook entries, and then I'm sure at the front you got the end of the game, round playing, all that good stuff. So pretty straightforward. You got your setup, description of everything, demons, knights, your elder, etc. So you got a pretty neat little rule book here. It's pretty hefty, but I think again most of it is so that you can follow with the story type content. All right, we've got this nice little artwork here on the back of these longer wide cards. Let's see if I can pop these open carefully. Okay, there we go. These look like your characters that you can be. You've got Bloodshade, Bone Crusher, Dread Mistress, Feral Reaver, Frozen Lurker, Horned Demoness, Imp Lord, Molten Scion, Soul Stealer, Storm Fiend, and then I think those are just the demons, so let's get into the knights. Earth Knight, Flame Knight, Guardian Knight. These all look really cool. The Holy Knight, the Ice Knight. Now this guy looks just like the Dark Souls 2 knight that's, on the covers. Phase Knight, Seer Knight, Wind Knight, Wrath Knight, and according to the rulebook, I believe this is a victory point card. And then looks like there's a doorway here to proceed to the next part of the story. We have some large cardboard tiles. So we're going to have some modular setup here of scenarios, kind of like a dungeon crawl situation here. Again, similar to Betrayal, House on the Hill. So we've got some that are, I would say this is probably like the starting one or the center, you know, where they're sitting at the table. And then these are double-sided with different backs, like an interior and exterior type of thing going on. So I'll just kind of look quickly at these. Some of these have printed abilities when in the room. Very cool. And even the you know, the areas here for the outdoors have some abilities. So very cool. So that, what is this, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 tiles, something like that. Okay, for good replayability. And now we're gonna pop open some of these cards and take a look. I'm not gonna necessarily read every card, but if you've watched my unboxings before, you'll know I'll try to show you them all. And then if you want, you can slow down the video and certainly pause on freeze framing anything that you want more information on. So here it looks like this is kind of an overview card, maybe. Engagement, victory points. Aha, I would say these are perhaps reference cards for each player about what is considered adjacent, what is diagonal, and what these different symbols all mean. So that's very handy to have for each player. Also note, these cards are very sturdy. They're nice and thick. Just very high quality cards. You know, you can hear that. So here we've got this backing: Disintegrate, Death Spiral. These I notice have two sides, meaning up, like face up and upside down. Because if you flip it over, the Chaos Trap on this one, or the Dark Grift on the Terrorize card. So I'm not sure how these end up flipping over, but it doesn't look like it's a good situation. The Howling Depths. So these might just be kind of like events or enemy spawning type of things for randomizing, you know, who you're fighting against, stuff like that. Set that here. Then we've got some of these cards with this green banner on the back. And then looks like these are all identical. And so perhaps, you know, use it, tap it, something like that. Okay, and then we have like the exterior cards, perhaps. Firestorm Amulet. So these are all like items potentially you can find outside. The Zombified Head, destroy a minion. These are kind of cool. I like to say this production looks really nice. I like the custom like text fonts and just the design of how they have the information printed very clearly, and not too much muddling anything. It's easy to understand, easy to see what you're trying to get from the card. Let's open the next pack and see where we're at. So here, these are all the same card back of like this purple, and there we go. These offer different like ability icons and some special ability at the bottom. I'm guessing these are kind of like your action cards that you might use to take various actions in the game. Okay. So I imagine these are all just shuffled. You might draw a few for various things. And then, okay, some of these have some of that with the 2 options. Much better upgraded than the green card, I suppose, that we saw earlier. Now I also look, we've got one more deck of cards in here, and I'm seeing both the purple and kind of a blue card type. So let's take a look at these. For Nightfall. Alright. So we've got these blue kinds, just kind of like the purple, but blue. Same thing, you got different options on these cards, that kind of thing. Then again, these might also be action cards or the main hand of cards drawn for like whoever's the blue player and that kind of thing. Not sure. Not sure. Then we got these two added to that other deck. We have some more added to the blue deck that we just saw. So what's these? So similar kind of thing to the purple, but you know, different color background and maybe different uses, different types of abilities here on the bottom. Just kind of flipping through them for you. Deal 2 damage to 1 close enemy and slow them. Adjacent enemy to all close enemies. Okay, so that's these. Let's put that there and this with these and set this aside, and we'll get right back into what's in the bottom of the box. Okay, so we have some pages here and a map on the back. So I imagine this will keep track of your party, and I'm not sure if you'll need one for the whole game, you know, for a game session, or perhaps each player gets one. Maybe it depends on what kind of type of game, you know, competitive, cooperative, team, that kind of thing. But these are pretty nice. This is a nice looking art for the map, and you can see it's got like quadrants here, and very cool. Nice little artwork, things to move around and explore, and there you go. And so here we get into the punch boards, because of course there's going to be a lot of standees in the game. So we've got these little tokens there for like a warp, maybe. We've got all these different kind of creatures and demons and knights. We have an end around token. Knights gain 1 point. Stone golems 2 actions. Imps 2 actions. Place a stone golem on corner. Place 1 imp on seal. Not the singer. And then we have some really cool artwork for each of the different, you know, card characters that we saw in a minute earlier. Okay, so we'll punch those out later. And then we have this. We've got a lot of these healers. We've got more of this fire demon, perhaps, or if it's just fire in the wind. Some other knights and demons, and very cool. I like how the artwork really, you know, completes the theme and feel of the game, and this looks neat. I can't wait to try it. I'm probably going to do the 2-player campaign first, because this seems really neat, and Holly and I will probably get this to the table faster than bringing it to a game group game day. But this is cool. I'm looking forward to it. This is Nightfall. This has been a full unboxing of everything that comes in the game. If you're interested in the game, check it out. And you know, for more content on just check out the channel. If you want to stick around, we have tutorials, we have news, where I cover board gaming news every other week. We have a podcast. We have all kinds of fun stuff, interviews. So stick around on the channel if you want to see more. Leave me a like and comment. Subscribe if you want to see more. All that good stuff. The YouTube thing. So until the next video, I've been Jared. I'll see you then. Bye.